Hello everybody and welcome to Kicking Back. This is our first episode that we've recorded in Spain and you can tell, can't you? I don't know why I'm wearing a hoodie. I have no idea.
It's quite mild, yeah.
Stop.
Mild
We've not
Spain.
all lived abroad. I'm from Blackburn.
Mild Alicante.
Yeah. This is like extreme heat. It's like an endurance challenge for me. I'm Ginger. I'm from Blackburn. This is a struggle. But
We've
do you know
survived
what?
so far. We're
I'm
all
a
right.
warrior. I'm a trooper.
Right. Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, this is actually one of the nicest. Weirdly, because we're covering a club called Elche today, who are in La Liga 2. And you hear La Liga 2, you think the second league, you don't know what the stadium's going to be like. This is one of the biggest ones.
It's great.
It's crazy. It turns out it's one of the most iconic stadiums in all of Spain because it is massive.
Is it because it's massive?
Massive, but also the atmosphere that the fans... well, apparently it's like one of the most like sort of intense atmospheres that you can find
really?
anywhere in Spain. Yeah.
Oh,
So I can see it as well because it's packed on top of you. It's a massive ground, like there's 33,500, but it's all packed in.
You're right, actually. Like the seats are like over the ground.
And do you know what else as
From
well?
the bench, anyway.
It's like it's a modern stadium in a sense, like they're modernising it, but it's retaining loads of its history. It's one of the oldest clubs in Spain as well, isn't it? And by that I mean, when you look around, if you actually have a look at the seats in the stadium, it's almost like a bit of a Roman Colosseum. Like I can see how
I get that. Even from outside.
Yeah,
you get
exactly.
That.
Yeah. Like when you see from the outside, it is just like it's sort of kept all of its history, but at the same time they are making sure it's in line with like proper modern football clubs and stuff like that. Coming through the tunnel, it's one of the best tunnels I've seen, like in terms of atmosphere and stuff like that. But yeah,
similar to Wolfsburg.
I thought that as well. Yeah, like in terms of really clear, strong, powerful branding.
Yeah.
And one of the things I love about this podcast, you know, is like now that we've seen a few different clubs and how they operate, we're starting to see like the common threads and where clubs differentiate and stuff like that.
Oh, differentiate.
No, but as well, like seeing how like they compare to each other.
Definitely.
And yeah, this one does have, we said that a few times, didn't we? Like,
it compares, but then it's different.
Yeah. But this one's got a bit of that Wolfsburg sort of side to it.
It does.
Like,
it is quite old on the outside. Wolfsburg wasn't, to be fair, but like modern inside.
Yeah. But as well, like you can see how even though it's a massive stadium and all that, it's like right in front of you. It's on top of you. Like Elland Road almost kind of thing. Like it's just sort of packed in. Yeah, kind of, sort of, not really.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. I think the atmosphere. I can see how it would be one of the most like electric atmospheres going.
Yeah.
And as well, I think I heard that the rivalry. They have a local rivalry between a club called Hercules CF.
I read about this as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
And apparently it's really like a fierce one and it's intense. And I think. Sometimes, do you know when a club's just like used to winning, like City was for all those years until recently?
Right, yeah.
Well, going to the games, I don't know if that fierceness, that intensity can be felt in the crowd sometimes, like particularly with City and stuff like that. But like you come to a club here, I'm just having a dig for the fun of it, but like you come to a club here.
Your point.
No, my point is that here, when it's like, because this club is one of those clubs that goes sort of like up and down, they get promoted, they get relegated, they get promoted, they get relegated. Yeah. And I think that sort of like, you don't know what sort of team you're going to get each year can breed a bit of like, right, come on, like a bit of intensity almost from the stands, possibly so, yeah.
Is that why you said they were like Norwich?
That's what I mean, like they're like the Norwich of Spain. I don't know if that sounds right, but like that's what I mean. But like...
I do get you though, and I think like it's funny because all around the world there's rivalries. Like for example, Celtic.
Oh yeah.
That was a massive one, wasn't it?
Crazy,
yeah. Oh, that was unreal. But then also you come here and it's the same thing really.
When we went to Celtic, I didn't quite understand the scope of it though. I think it isn't the same here because like in Celtic, when we saw them describe it, it's like another level up on top of another level. Like I sometimes look at them.
You could get hurt.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Like I saw videos of when Celtic played Glasgow recently on the streets.
Yeah.
And there were like hundreds of people on the streets kicking off, and like that ain't necessarily what it is here. But I do think from a footballing perspective here, I think the rivalry is like hotly contested.
Strong.
Yeah, exactly. And I can see how, like you say, a ground like this, that's as big with the history that this club has, 1926 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'll double check that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to be wrong. I know I am now. I've
Good
said
memory,
it.
though.
Yeah, something like that. With a club that has this sort of like long-standing history, against a local rival as well, it can't be anything but intense. And you get a sense of it, yeah. So today they're actually about to get ready to play league leaders. And they're getting the ground ready. So it's cool to see that.
It's a good standard as well, like.
Yeah. Oh, God,
do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
for sure.
Second La Liga, like.
Yeah, La Liga.
Pretty unreal, to be honest.
Wild, absolutely wild. And to like say like you're fighting to like get promoted from La Liga 2 up to La Liga, you've got to be like rock solid. Like you'd be top at the table in Championship probably.
Yeah.
Like it is a proper standard for sure.
I like the area as well, you know.
It's been amazing.
It's been a great, like it's been a great journey.
We've had a great time.
Journey it's been.
For sure. I'm still like Yoda. I'll tell you what, none of it would have been possible without 4 Under Clothing.
True.
Our good mates who've helped make everything possible. And I'll tell you, in fact, have I got it? I do. 4 Under Clothing. Like, we only have sponsors who we properly back. I don't know if you can make that out. Might cut that out. 4 Under Clothing honestly makes some of the nicest clothing you're ever going to get your hands on. They work with really talented designers to produce work that actually has a bit of personality, it's something unique, and the creators get fairly rewarded. So can't thank them enough for helping us so much actually get this podcast to where we want it to be. Really wouldn't have been possible without them. And the clothes are awesome as well. So it's not like, okay, it's just go and have a look at the website. If you don't find something you like, I'd be genuinely surprised. Go to 4under.uk or find them on socials. And you can, we'll put all the links below as well. But yeah, we were on about the journey. This is in actually the Valencian community, right? So like as you're coming in, it's palm trees. It reminded me, you haven't seen Breaking Bad, have you? But it will like Breaking Bad as you're coming in. It's like a bit of desert, bit of palm trees, but everything's cool. And I love the Spanish architecture. Journey here has been pretty mad, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going on a mad old
No.
I fucking loved it.
You do you.
It was brilliant. No, go on. It was good though.
No,
wasn't
it was good. I think even like the people were really nice as well.
100%.
Wasn't it strange?
Yeah.
Like we went through all little different towns, little seaside towns.
Right.
And then ended up in this shopping centre that was like...
Unreal. It was brilliant.
Had no idea where we were, but it was great.
I didn't know where we were, but they had a Popeyes.
Yeah,
it was good.
They had a Popeyes. We had tapas.
We did have tapas.
That's one of my first tapas.
Yeah, I was trying to sell it to you because I was saying, I've had tapas in Preston, it was lovely. Like, it were actually better in Spain, would you believe?
Well.
Well, no, it really was. You had a sangria. I got jealous of that.
Sangria, yeah. You've got to have a sangria.
Yeah.
Well, I did have an Aperol Spritz.
Yeah, quite right.
And then I changed pretty quickly.
Yeah.
To sangria.
At one point, I was like, can I have a beer, please? And it was nice. I was like, can I have another beer like that? And then a completely different beer appeared. Like, this one's weird. The second beer was weird, but like, it is what it is. What's my point? I think do you know what? I have a theory, and I'm not sure about this, but we're trying to blend football with travel here, aren't we? So I'll throw this out. I feel like hotter climates breed a slower pace of life in people.
Do you think?
Yeah. I think where it's warmer, I think people are generally more relaxed.
Definitely, actually. 100%.
It's just a little common thread I've noticed when we travel out and about. I've noticed that when we go to somewhere like this, people are very sort of like, hey, morning.
Yes.
And that sort of thing. Whereas obviously you go to London and it's like, hey, they'll slam past you.
Yeah,
and like,
they
no
don't
time
speak.
for that.
It's
They
just
don't
like
speak. There's no hey at all.
Deadpan.
No.
Yeah.
So I love it here. And it makes me think if I'm looking to move somewhere, it's somewhere like this where it's like a sleepy pace of life.
Yeah.
And it just suits me to the T.
We're missing a trick.
We are, yeah.
Definitely
I look around, so you see palm trees and you think, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Having a bit of tapas with sangria. Cracked it. So it's like a wonderful area, a wonderful club, and really just like a great little journey, isn't it?
Here's a question for you.
Go on.
Do you think that football's different because of the different way of life?
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
That's a deep question.
Yeah, that is deep. I'm going to say not too much on the grounds that football now is so international.
It's so true. Yeah. You could have said that 20 years ago, I guess.
Exactly that, yeah, for sure. Like,
there was
if you were
different
looking,
styles, you know, Italian style.
If you look at a World Cup from like 20 years ago or something like that, you're going to see like each club has their
Brazil.
really unique identity. Yeah. Exactly that, yeah. But like these days, I think players, we've talked about academies before, and now like people get categorized nice and early. But at the same time, you know, most clubs will have players from different parts of the world, won't they? And so while I do think there's definitely a Spanish style of play, there is.
Yeah.
I just think as well, people are more uniform these days, aren't they?
Do you think? Do you think? Oh, I would agree that it's more international. Definitely. I think there's still distinct styles of like different countries. The Premier
Yeah.
League's different to La Liga.
That's true. That is true.
But
Yeah.
do you think that each league will become similar then in the
More
future?
and more.
Do you
Yeah,
think?
I do. I kind of think it's like the internet. How the internet's made the world smaller. You can speak to your mates wherever they are in the world, and I just think like.
What do you think of that then?
I mean, I'll value creativity, but we still get creativity, don't we? We're not lost that. It's just
Yeah.
coming in different ways. Like occasionally you'll see a player and you'll think, oh, like I saw Bellingham the other day. It's totally different, but like just a bit of skill that I've never seen before
Really?
of Jude Bellingham. It's just like, oh, bloody hell. Do you know what I mean? I had to watch it about 4 times and be like, it looked like a magic trick. Do you know what I mean? And little bits like that I think are good. And obviously there's players like De Bruyne. I know it's not the best season for him, but do you know, just vision, like levels of vision that don't really exist before him. I don't think, even though it's all well and good saying we've seen the best player we'll ever see and stuff like that, people said it about Pele and stuff. I think someone's going to come along and blow minds again, and I definitely think that. But
I don't think I'd want every country to be the same though.
I get you.
I kind of like the difference.
Yeah, no, I do as well. And sometimes, like you look at like national teams, like perhaps Brazil, and you think, oh God, that identity's slipping a bit. Like you want it back, like
definitely.
But it's.
I see. Oh my God, I seen a video actually of someone filmed a beach in Brazil.
Right.
It was packed.
Oh really?
Just of people playing football.
Oh really?
There was
That's
just footballs flying everywhere, and it was packed.
We'll have to do that one day.
With loads of football.
That's got to be a thing. We've got to see football in
beach.
Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
We said it here first.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Cool. Right,
Alicante in Spain.
Right,
to
we've got a
Brazil.
plan now. Right. All right. So that'll do for this week. That'll do for this episode. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Again, thank you to 4 Under Clothing for helping us make this happen, and thank you to Elche for letting us have a look around the ground. It's been absolutely amazing. And yeah, to actually experience like what life's like in La Liga and in Spain in general is crazy. What a chance we've had here. So yeah,
Great.
thanks so much everybody for checking it out. We'll be back next week with another episode. Until then, enjoy all the football, peace out, and have a lovely week. See you later.
Bye.